MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
I didn't know it was Black Wednesday. I wish you'd have texted me and told me.
I know. You got a little bit of black in your shirt. Yesterday we matched. We had on orange.
Yeah, I do. Just a little bit. See, this is one of those shirts that I don't like because it doesn't have a button on the collar, and I'm like Mr. Button Collar guy. Mm-hmm. Yes, I can't see to button them again after they're done. I have to get other people to help me, but I like them. It just feels like I'm flying. Y'all know what I mean? It's going to be all right, but it's not my favorite.
At least it's not those big long collars like they used to wear in the 70s with the ruffles coming up their hair. You know?
And y'all not going to believe this, but I'm not a tie kind of fella. There's folks that wear suits and ties every day, but I'm just not that tight. But there's been different styles of the fat ties and the skinny ties and all that through the years.
I hate the little skinny ties. That does not.
It seems like at maybe 16 I might have could have tied a tie. I could not now. It'd be no way for me to do that.
Yeah. I'm not. I could do a regular, like the long ties, but I can't do a bow tie. I don't know how people tie those. Unless they're clip-on. Yeah, unless they're the little clip-on ones.
That's, what is it, Doctor Who that was famous for the bow tie. Mm-hmm. And then Tucker Carlson used to wear them. I hadn't seen that of late. Is he still doing that?
I don't know. I don't see him in one much. That's the Orville Redenbacher look.
Yeah, it is. That might be your kind of fella.
With the suspenders.
Yeah. There's so much going on in America today. We're going to talk about, well, the obvious Roe versus Wade this morning, your opinions on that, because that's a hot topic. Also, Alabama. Miss Alabama, that's what we're going to call her, as she was getting ready to retire and took a feller with her, as we'll get into that.
Love on the run.
And that's what it is. Mm-hmm. How do you get away with that?
I don't know.
So a few of the nationwide headlines, and then breaking news just a moment ago. As Dolly told us, I do not want to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because I don't deserve it. Well, guess what? They done, as we put it in Southern language, they done it anyway. As we look at the headline this morning, Dolly is being inducted in.
I wonder if she's upset about it.
Probably not. It's still an honor, but she...
I've never known her to do any kind of a rock.
No.
Any kind of rock.
There's nothing rock and roll. And I agree with Dolly if what she said on that. I don't deserve it. There's others that... Now, is she an influence in America? Absolutely. She's influenced everyone.
Yeah.
But it wasn't rock and roll. My coat of many colors just doesn't mix with blue suede shoes.
9 to 5. That's a little upbeat.
This is like Snoop Dogg being inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. It just somehow or another don't fit.
Yeah.
And it's no disrespect.
Like putting a square in a circle. Like trying to make it fit. It's not going to fit.
And that's why we have the different categories of music, because people generally fit in one or the other. Mm-hmm. Every once in a blue moon, you'll have a crossover that goes on all formats. Mm-hmm. What was the song that I didn't know yesterday? If you get caught between the moon and New York City. Yeah, you've always heard that.
Yeah. You've heard the song, though.
Yeah, after that was
last night I was trying to think, how does that go? How does that go? And it is soft rock.
It is. Yeah. But you probably heard it in an elevator where you were trapped at least one point in your life, and you go, how do I get rid of that? You've heard it. And then, the Frank Sinatra stuff, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Does he belong in the Country Music Hall of Fame? No. But he was good. Elvis, on the other hand, is probably one of very few people who did have country and rock hits.
And blues.
Yeah.
He could do any
The
genre.
man had, let's just face it, he was the best there ever was. Now, if you think that Michael Jackson was better, he was good in his own realm, but was he better than Elvis? Not in my opinion. I liked Michael. I respect him for it. Same as Prince, but totally different. Elvis just, from gospel, oh my gosh, the gospel that man could sing.
Yeah.
Like him a lot. Boy, things have been busy around Lauderdale County as we get ready tonight. She was with us, a few weeks ago, Miss Emily White?
She was.
Folks, this is a big day for her as she gets ready to be inducted into the Walk of Fame, downtown Meridian. As we pull this up, this will be this afternoon at 3, as they're going to put her, I guess you get your little handprints put in that.
I don't know, but that's a big honor.
I know, and I bet her mama is just tickle pink.
Mm-hmm. If you've never listened to any of her songs, her singing, I mean, she is just wonderful.
Yeah, like when she does When Doves Cry, and Don't Want to Bump with No Big Fat Woman. I mean, she just really does great versions of that.
Yeah. Seriously, she is a really good artist. She is.
And seriously, I got Candace to listen to that song. That was in the 70s. And
I was like, I can honestly say I've never heard that song, but it is funny.
She bumped me and knocked me to the floor.
It'll make you laugh, yeah.
That was a big hit as a kid. And I'm telling you, I didn't listen to that music, and I still knew the song.
Yeah.
So
funny.
As we look at that, let's look at a few other things that went on in Meridian yesterday. I'm telling you, our sheriff's department, they are on the ball. They're after people that do wrong, and they want to put them where they belong. As we look at our next picture here, I had several calls of, Mr. Scotty, something's going on over here. And here we go. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, along with the MBN, the East Mississippi Drug Task Force, raided a home with a search warrant yesterday. Well, what did they come up with? Cash, drugs, and money. All the above that criminals like. They took 3 people to jail after that. We'll try to get the processing of who it was and what they're charged with later today. But I spoke with Billy Solly, and I have to publicly make an apology to Billy. I'm telling you, I don't know where time goes. He and I spoke, I thought, like a week ago. And him and his wife were getting ready to go on a little vacation on a cruise. And he told me when they were going. And last night I said, well, when y'all going on that cruise? And he goes, that was April 12th.
Oh.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, time does fly. It does. And I've said it many times, the older you get, the faster time goes. It's just like you blink and you're
But
old.
Candace, I was nearly a month off, and I thought it was that week that I had spoke to him. I don't know how it happens.
I'm blaming it on COVID. Everything's COVID's fault.
Something wrong with my brain. But I do
It's
hope-
like, I can't remember what I did 5 minutes ago sometimes.
We're gonna
I
have-
will say it's getting a little better, though.
Is
Because there
it?
for a while, I thought I was going to have to make a doctor's appointment, go get evaluated. Yeah, it was awful.
I have heard numerous people say that they don't think as well as they used to.
Yeah.
Now, could it be in your mind? Now, y'all
It
know
is
this.
a side effect. Short-term memory loss is a side effect of COVID. I'm telling you, something was going on with me about a month or so ago, I guess. I couldn't remember anything.
But let me point this out, because I worked with a young lady one time that if she thought it or she saw it on television, she had it before the day was over.
Oh, no, there.
What do they call that?
Hypochondriac.
Yeah.
Yeah, hypochondriac.
There's folks amongst us who have that.
Yeah. I've like joked around. I love my mama that passed away. I mean, she's one of a kind. But we would joke around and say, okay, now before we go in here, I'm going to say my toe hurts, and you're going to say your hand hurts. And hers is going to hurt 10 times worse. Like she's got it or she's had it. But she was so sweet. But there's people like that.
You can really make yourself sick. If you think about it long and hard, you can. Like the time that I was on the road and I had to stay in Corpus Christi for 6 months, a part of my life that was really miserable. And I roomed with a gentleman that he drank a lot of beer. Let me just go ahead and say this. And we had this neighbor that was awful looking. Oh, let me tell you, she was rough.
Well, see, did his honesty come out?
You had to keep your hand like this when looking at her. And the more he drank, the prettier she got to him. And I was like,
okay.
Man,
I
I
he
sure
was
am.
going to tell her.
I was glad that I was not a drinker at that point because I knew better.
Yeah.
Just pointing out the side effects of things.
I thought you were going to say he was very honest and had.
Told her?
And telling her.
No, that will get you hurt.
It will. That'll end your life quick.
And then there was a, I hate to tell on people. I just hate to tell on people. You know how some people date people that they don't want anybody of their friends to know they went out with them.
I guess
A friend of ours lived down from us. He was also renting. And I get this knock one Sunday morning, about 2 in the afternoon. And I'm not going to say his name because he could be listening somewhere in the United States today. And she asked for him where he was. And I said, well, he went home. Well, he was supposed to take me out Saturday night. I was like, oh.
Did you take her out?
Oh, absolutely not. I said,
You didn't step up and do the right thing.
I felt the urge to call my wife at that point in time and go, that woman.
You were married, so good.
Oh, yeah, this was like 4 years.
Oh, I thought you were
5.
talking about like way back in the day before you got married.
No, my mama wouldn't let me leave
You
home.
were very smart then.
But I'm telling you, my friend was a single guy. But, we all know those friends.
Yeah.
Girls always get prettier at closing time, as JT says. Yeah, those were the good old days. Yeah, it was a Mickey Gilley song there as our studio audience that we're going to introduce you to in a minute comes up. Lots to do that. Let's see. Peggy says a message. You're right on the money. You turn 50 years old and you get no, I read that wrong. You can't remember when
Once you turn 50 years old, it just starts flying by the time. Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm.
Roy says that's called beer goggles. Is what that's. If you remember,
Billy's got his beer goggles on. Is that maybe? I mean, video.
Yeah, you remember a song.
Mm-hmm.
Neil McCoy was the guy that sang that. Now, we've got a lot of other things that are going on locally that we're going to tell you about, so don't rush off. We're going to tell you about the big rodeo. Tommy's up next. We got some more local events to tell you and some of the big national headlines this morning as a fight broke out last night. We saw it coming. Will Smith done started something.
Yep.
All that's on the way next here as we begin our day.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Bacon potatoes, only 79 cents a pound. Navel oranges, 4-pound bag, only $5.99. Country Crock spread margarine, 15-ounce bowl, 2 for $5. Coca-Cola 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 2 for $11. Twin-pack pork Boston butt, $1.79 a pound. Certified Angus beef T-bone steaks family pack, $11.49 a pound.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
I grew up on this farm. My dad was a farmer. My granddaddy, too. I was always pretty proud of that. It's not easy work, but we helped feed Mississippi. When my truck was hit by a company vehicle, I thought I was going to have to sell the farm. Thanks to Richard Schwartz, I didn't have to. He handled my case and reached a settlement that saved my farm and my way of life.
Remember, I'm your Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz. I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we begin this Wednesday morning. I may have said Thursday earlier because somebody made a comment, and if I said it, I apologize. It is Hump Day. Somebody mentioned Jerry Lee Lewis. Is he not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? You would think he would be.
You would,
great.
you would think.
Balls of fire.
Yeah.
I mean, who else from Mississippi goes and marries their 13-year-old cousin? I mean, come on, that deserves something right there.
Y'all.
Yeah.
That was the end to a lot of things for Jerry Lee when that broke loose.
Yep.
You do know about all that.
13 years old.
Do you remember that? He was in, I think, London, and they broke the news that he had married his 13-year-old cousin, and it was like, whoop.
How long did that last?
They got divorced. He'd been married several times. He settled down.
He's still living, though. Not long ago, you said that he had a yard sale or something, and people were
39 and holding everything he can. Boy, is that a great song or what? Things that just kind of perk you up. We had somebody mention that they had COVID. Here it is. Ronald Watkins said he had it back in February, and he ain't 100% right yet.
I'm telling you, I mean, I know I'm not going to talk too long on it, but seriously, it affects your memory. I've had too many people tell me that I can't remember this, I can't remember that. Not just stuff like, oh, I can't remember where I put my keys. You know, nothing like that. Like, I bought
Like, where did I do with Kurt is one of her big things. I bought a sweatshirt, wore it several times, and then didn't even remember I'd bought it when I saw some other mothers wearing one. That's just a sneaky thing that wives do. Let's don't blame that on something that it's really not.
No, seriously. I'm serious. I know what you mean, like buying stuff and hiding it. But no, but Kurt said, Candace, you wore it several times. You know, you've worn it before. And
where do you wear your shirt inside out and don't know that you've done that? I might have done that once or twice. Hey, we got Miss Joy Settle said she's watching us from Carthage. She goes, wait till you get 80.
Yes, my dad.
Things
about
happen.
That one.
Hey, our special guest in the studio with us, I've known him, and I hadn't seen your mama in a while, and I'm kind of upset at your mama. She ain't said good morning to me. I don't know what's going on with her, but we need to solve this case.
Okay.
Tommy Ainsworth, how in the world are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Man, not bad. You got a rodeo coming to town, don't you?
Yes, sir. This weekend.
I wouldn't have noticed with the hat there that maybe you do something like that for a living.
No. We having a rodeo May the 6th and 7th at the Lauderdale County Ag Center at 7:30. PCA sanctioned. It will be your local, I say local, all across the Southeast. We've got contestants coming from all across the Southeast competing. Going to be a great time. Hey, Britt Gully. Got to throw him in there. But It's family oriented, fun time. The tickets are only $10 for adults, $5 for kids. Kids under 5 get in free. We're going to have pony rides for the kids.
Now, what time does the gates open?
Gates open at 5:30. I'm sorry, gates open at 5:30. We're going to have a pony carousel will be there.
Whoa. What's a pony carousel?
Well, you need to come because, it's been a while since you've been on a horse. We can put you on there and let you just walk around
where they're
in the
tied.
circle.
Now, I can do that.
They're tied, Scotty Ray. They won't run off with you. But we're having that for the kids. They'll be there. Snow cones will be there, so it's going to be a little warm. So, we're going to have refreshments to get all the kids good sugared, hide up, and send them home with their parents. That's a plus.
That's great.
Yeah.
But ma'am?
I said that's great.
Yeah. There's one thing I'm really tickled about with this deal, and when we started our rodeo company,
that you got the actual cattle to have your livestock in there is what you're tickled over.
Well, yeah, but smart aleck. We are pairing up everywhere we put a rodeo on. We are pairing up with a local charity. And we're doing one here with the Stronger Together Foundation, and it's new. It's a new charity in town, and it is for family members that have been left behind from service members committing suicide. And I know everybody's heard about, every 22 minutes there's a service person committing suicide. So this is to help those families, and Eric Smith and Mike Couch is over that, and we're excited to get to pair up with them. We're going to give a part of our proceeds back to a local charity, and we've picked them up to help with this deal from our rodeo.
That's fantastic. It goes to help, and our service members do need that.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a lot of these service members, they suffer from PTSD and a lot of different things.
It can happen in the blink of an eye.
And they deserve all the help we can give them.
Yes.
Now, what kind of events are we going to have at the rodeo? Let's talk about that.
You want to talk about we're going to have Scotty Ray. We're going to get you to come out and do a dance for us.
Oh, yeah. The dance.
Yeah, we're going to talk to. I'm going to talk to his boss downstairs before we leave, and we'll get him out there to do a dance for us. He used to cut a rug, I think, from what I understand.
Yes, the last time I cut something, I hurt for days.
We're going to have your bareback, your saddle bronc, tie down roping, barrel racing, bull riding. And this year, breakaway roping for the girls. It's a new deal that's been out. It's been out for a while, but they finally made it a part of the rodeos. And what it is it's the girls' version of the calf roping. The girls come out, they rope the calf, and the rope breaks away from the horn. They don't have to get off and flank and tie the calf, but it's about the hottest thing going in rodeo right now. It's picked up a lot of speed. We're going to have some local girls actually going to come do it, and then, like I said, we've got some from all over the Southeast, but we're excited about that. But we're going to have your main events like all the rest of them. But it's going to be a big time. It's going to be a big time. A lot of fun. The rodeo starts at 7:30. Gates open at 5:30. You show me how to read them comments, Scotty Ray, so I'll answer it again. Tickets are available at the gate. And Tracks, I got to throw a shout out for Tracks Plus.
Okay.
And Kimmy's Cocktail. Kimmy's Cocktail is a big sponsor, and Tracks Plus is a big sponsor to help us bring this rodeo to town.
Oh,
so I got to give them a shout out.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We got more coming up from Tommy as we'll get ready for the rodeo making its way to town. We'll maybe get Candace to come do the dance since I'm not qualified for that.
Oh, I don't
Well, that'll
know.
work. We'll get one of y'all.
Candace might not be able to move after working out yesterday.
What happened to great events like greased pig chasing?
Well, we're going to have a calf scramble. We'll have a calf scramble, and we've got Mark Evans, who's our funny man, coming, and he's all the way out of, I want to say Texas, but I may be telling him wrong. Coming, he is great. And Seth Maxey, the announcer's going to be here, and he's PRCA guy. I mean, we've got some top-notch people coming for the rodeo. I mean, it's going to be a big, great, fun time. Daniel House is actually going to sing Saturday night.
Yeah.
After the rodeo for a little bit. We're going to have a little, I hate to say after party, but we're going to have a little get together and let him sing. And so y'all come out and listen to him Saturday night. It's going to be, we're trying to just keep a rodeo happening,
Hey, I learned that I am not the rodeo announcer. I did that one time for a high school rodeo, and I did. The people that do that each week that announce these, they know the people by their face when they mount the horse. And I was trying to find them on a piece of paper to announce who they were, and I was slacking.
Well,
I found out. Whoops, maybe that's not for me.
You know, Scotty Ray, back in high school, we didn't do a whole lot of studying, so. You kind of have to study that.
Yes, you do. Yeah. I should have been prepared. I was not. I learned a valuable lesson. More coming up with Thomas here as we get ready for the rodeo again this weekend at the Lauderdale County Ag Center. You can't miss it on the right-hand side of the road, right past Bonita Lakes. It's going to be fun. Kicks off this weekend. We'll tell you more about it. As we go back to more headlines in the Meridian area, this is a serious thing. Let's go to sammedia.network so you can see exactly what we're talking about here. The autopsy has revealed foul play in Meridian, this elderly lady.
Yes. Yeah, I read that and said that she had suffered blunt force trauma to the head.
Folks, there's only one way that happened, and y'all know that. That is in some shape, form, or way murder.
Yes.
Now, she's been identified as Miss Carolyn Hardy. We pass along condolences to her family. What a horrible way to find out about your family members as we go down. Now, the lady that is wanted ties into this. She owned the establishment of where the business was, Miss Sheila Poe. An active warrant is out for her arrest. And as we look at that, still culpable manslaughter, culpable negligence in relation to this. The murder happened. They found her. Let me back that up. They found her on April the 22nd. She had been deceased for quite some time. Horrible.
That's awful, because if you own an establishment and you've got people staying there that you're responsible for, you should be checking on them every day, if not, at least a couple of times a week. Even if you've got somebody working there, you need to make sure things are going the way they are.
I haven't looked. I know it's public knowledge. I know that she owns several of these around town where people stayed. There's numerous reports of people, and again, this is reports. It's not, I don't have it on paper from this, but numerous reports from the general public that say that people were hungry that stayed in these, and they were constantly roaming and asking neighbors for food because they didn't have it.
That's horrible.
Now, can we prove that? No, that is what's being said within the community. We will find out once an arrest is made and this goes to trial just how deep all of this goes.
Yeah.
But what is so sad is this was going on in our community and no one spoke up.
Right.
Call somebody. And maybe somebody did speak up and they didn't. We don't know all of that.
Right.
But if you see something like this, of someone being mistreated, please report it to the authorities so that someone can go investigate. It breaks my heart. You think about that.
Yeah, this was somebody's mother. I'm sure somebody's grandmother, a family member, aunt. Yeah, somebody's. And people trust other people to take care of their loved ones, and you still have to check on your loved ones wherever they are on a regular basis. And really, this kind of opens up a lot of people's eyes to, you really need to, I'd say, investigate where you're going, or really look into, study where you're going to be putting your loved ones, make sure that it's on the up and up, type place.
Lori Brown, she just mentioned there, she goes, go back and look at the other deaths. Maybe there's something else that needs to be looked at. We don't know.
Yeah. So sad.
Oh, it breaks my heart.
So sad for these people who are living there because they feel helpless, I'm sure.
Yeah. You have to. That becomes a part. And I take care of my mother. She relies on me for everything now. If I didn't take her food, she wouldn't have it. And I have to cook it for her now. She's not able to do that anymore.
Right.
And it is so sad.
It is. But to me, I feel like a lot of people have to work and they can't, have people in their homes, their loved ones, their parents and stuff, and they have to put them in a facility to be cared for by other people, especially if they need medical attention. So I feel for anybody who has to make that decision, because we'll probably all be there at some point.
And speaking of that, we got
position.
We have a company coming next week to speak with us called Homestead, to where they come to your home and help out with your loved ones, and they'll be here to talk about that. So that's coming up next week. But everybody needs to pay attention. We'll keep you posted on this. She has not been arrested to our knowledge at this point. There's been several sightings, but nothing happened there. As soon as we get more on that, we will pass along with the information on that. Let's see. Had a fender bender yesterday. Maybe it was a little bit more than a fender bender. If you were sitting at Johnson Dodge or Johnson Kia, you looked up and went, "Woo, there's the fire truck." There's a whole bunch of police. Here's the scene that it looked like yesterday there. They were taken and evaluated there. We hope everybody's okay. But one of those things where when you pull out of traffic, make sure you look. Don't know how this one happened, but I've pulled in there before, and you got to wait for that moment.
Yeah, it's a very busy spot, that area. You know, you do, even coming out of the store down the road from there, you just really take your chances if it's real high traffic.
Yeah, and you focusing on your peanuts that you just bought there, and next thing you know, it can bite you. So we hope everybody's okay in that incident that happened yesterday. Yeah. Let's see here. We did have a few reports of shots yesterday. No one damaged, no one hurt. Let's look at this. Here's where it is on the map. We pull this up back to the same area again in Northern Meridian as we get up here just north of Highland Park. This is 26th Street, 41st Avenue. I can't get it out. This would be west of Highland Baptist Church. That area right there is where the shots were fired. Thought you might want to know about that in case you're keeping up with this.
Don't they have a daycare at that church?
Yes, there's one over there. So we watch all of this. Y'all be careful out there where you go and what you do. All right, Jimmy Rogers. We're going to have a special guest, and he spoke just a moment ago. Coming up tomorrow morning, Britt Gully is going to be here to tell us all about the Jimmy Rogers play that is coming to MCC this weekend.
Oh, okay.
2 plays. And seriously, y'all, if you've never watched this, it is very entertaining. The reviews, the raves came in for Britt the last time he portrayed this, as far away as New York City.
Goodness.
And they tried to tell me they wanted to import somebody to play Jimmy, and well, that just didn't work out. Britt's the only one that can do that. Y'all know that as well as I do. Yeah. Fits the part very well.
Yes.
Jackie Jack White is also coming. I think he's dragging along a guitar behind. He's going to be helping out with the play as well.
All right.
Should be a star-studded evening, May 7th and May 8th there. Yeah, so we're looking forward to that also. Let's, as we talked about love in the first degree, what happens when... I don't know how else to say this. This is the scene here. I played this earlier this morning there. She was retiring. Yeah. She sold her home and got cash.
Sound like this was a planned thing for some time.
She'd worked for and they worded it as one of the best employees that they ever had. 17 years, never a black mark on her name.
Well, she had gotten several awards for like Employee of the Year.
Yeah.
Several times in a row. But, you know, I'm going to say that I don't think these people would be that hard to identify. They say he is 6'9".
You can't shrink.
Yeah. I think he would stand out in a crowd, you know. So, and I heard this morning they were driving a copper-colored Ford Edge, I think is what they're known to be in.
Yeah.
So,
now
probably with Alabama plates, I would imagine, but...
I'm just thinking out loud here. What was it, an alfalfa moment? Did he sing "I'm in the mood for love" and she just was swooned and couldn't take it no longer? What caused this?
I don't know. He could have had his little cup
age, boy.
going along the jail.
Maybe it was a Roy Orbison song, "Only the Lonely." We don't know what caused it, but this is one of the things that causes issues in America right now is that crazy little thing. As I posted that last night, crazy little thing called love. Why did she do it? It was for love. She felt that he loved her. Was he using her? Absolutely.
Yeah. What's scary is he's wanted for murder. Well, he was in for murder. So
the ex-girlfriend, he told her that if he ever got out, he was coming to get her. She's scared. And another ex-girlfriend says, "You better run if you're watching this. Leave that man." She could be, it may not have worked. I don't want to say anything wrong, but this may not have worked out to what she thought it was going to be.
All in all, it was very wrong what she's done. If she, if everything's going as we all think, but I just hope she's not harmed. I hope he does not try to hurt her at some point.
But you can go back and watch that video.
But they definitely need to be held accountable.
But it's calm. Everything that's done, then they drive to a parking lot and exchange cars and off into the sunset. She's been talking about going to the beach for the longest for her retirement.
Mary Lynn Hayes says they're on a beach somewhere. They're probably having a margarita.
right before Mexico is generally the place that people run.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you up to date on all this, what becomes of it, where it goes from here. A very serious matter there. All right, good morning to you. We've got more on the way. We're going to take a step back in time. There's not as many things that went on today in history, believe that or not. Kind of slim. We're going to look at that next here with Scotty Ray and Candace.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
As the days get hotter, Sanders Gas reminds you to get your air conditioner tuned up. Sanders Gas can repair or replace your whole unit, whichever you need. Talk to Sanders about a tankless water heater now and never run out of hot water. Find out how easy and affordable it is to cook on gas stoves. And those backyard barbecues are coming. Don't run out of gas. Get yours refilled today. Sanders Gas, since 1946, 611 26th Avenue South, 601-693-4054.
And we just got this in. We want you to be aware, if you're in the downtown Meridian area, a pickup truck was just stolen. It's a gray Silverado with stucco on the side of it. How do you say that word?
I think it's McMahon.
McMahon stucco written on the side of the truck. Stolen from the downtown area. Be on the lookout for that. McMahon.
Yeah, their business.
You see that driving around, make sure you report that and call into the police there, what you see.
Right.
That is probably, and I don't spend enough time in all the crime stuff that we report, I don't focus enough on the stolen vehicles in our area. Y'all would be shocked as to how many cars each week are taken, stolen.
Yeah.
It's constant. Do not ever leave your keys in your car anymore.
It really, I mean, they steal a lot of these business vehicles. Like, do you not think somebody's going to be able to spot that?
Drive around in a Roto-Rooter truck just really isn't going to stick out.
Or the Salvation Army thing, which I don't know that they ever found that.
They didn't.
I guess they
were slick.
They pulled that into a paint booth somewhere. And
but it's on and on. We hope they find this.
Yeah.
Now, generally, and let me be honest with you, what happens with a lot of these car thefts of what's going on, they steal them and they go dump them for a few days. Then they go back and use them to go do drive-by shootings. That happens every day in our area. Or they go commit a robbery, if you remember the cars that were stolen from Anderson's garage up in the parking lot. They use that to go out to Collinsville and rob homes and cars.
Yeah.
And then they go ditch the car so that it won't be traced back to them.
This Alicia Fisher, she said that the lady that was the guard, her husband passed away in January.
So she could have been having thoughts she shouldn't have had before he passed away.
Oh, I don't know.
Because this is only May. Can you fall in love with
Well, she was probably vulnerable, too. I don't know.
I am that way with banana pudding. When a woman breaks out that big bowl of banana pudding, I mean, I almost listen to anything she tells me.
Almost.
Almost, yeah.
Depends on how it tastes. If it tastes really good, I'm a sucker.
Oh,
yeah, I'll come cut your grass.
Well, Angie needs to be making banana pudding
I've been telling
every
her
day.
that.
Then Scotty Ray, today the grass needs cutting. Here's your banana pudding.
See, you get more things done that way. Bribery works with men, and the older a man gets, the more important the food is.
Amen.
The sexy dress, that little black dress, don't do it. It's all about the nanner pudding.
That's right.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
just get down to it.
Yeah.
That's for somebody that's 17.
Okay.
Let's go back in time and take a look at what happened on this day. You may not remember this guy. He had one song, but he wrote a lot of songs. As he went into his solo career, I'll call him a one-hit wonder. Who remembers the song, Boom, It Was Over, Just Like That? Robert Ellis Oral is having a birthday today. Big songwriter out of Nashville, but he did have the one hit in radio that one time.
Okay.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was quick. It's over. It's gone. Here's a big one. Country music was really shaped by this guy. When he made one run at it, he failed. He gets a new deal in the late 80s, and they re-release a song that he had. It was called Digging Up Bones. It flopped the very first time. Nobody wanted to hear it. That second time they released it to radio, it went bonkers. Randy Travis has a birthday today, and we wish him well. Born in 1959. I saw a video where a few years before we had that major stroke, where he went back to that store and they redone photos of the storms of life. Were washing me away. An old mail pouch, a tobacco sign.
Yep.
I love these old stores. My grandfather owned a store years and years ago, and I've got a canvas of a picture of it.
Yeah.
And it said on the window, collard greens for sale, And I love stuff like that.
You need to have it blown. What do you call those pictures?
It is blown up into a canvas.
Okay, yeah, they're good.
Yeah, and it has his name on it. It's really neat. So he was a jack of all trades.
Keep a part of your history so that your family members will know what others done. It's important there.
Yes.
Somebody's wanting you to sing, Thomas.
Well,
as we go back,
you want to shut down quick, don't you?
I was in Ohio 6-7 years ago. A friend of mine, he goes, "You know what happened over there, don't you?" We were passing it, and I looked up, and it was Kent State. 1970 on this date, it would turn bad. This is where it all went down. They had, it was, what do you call it, a protest that went wrong as they were protesting Vietnam. Well, they had the National Guardmen there, and, well, they commenced a shooting. Several were killed, and it just escalated and became bad worse. Maybe that's not the proper English way to word it, but it was a horrible thing that happened at Kent State on this date. As we go back, you got to always remember what went on. You learn from our mistakes.
Hopefully.
I got this one out of order. She was a lady, and she was a gorgeous woman in her time. A lot of you will remember her from On Golden Pond after she had her stroke, and she had trouble speaking. But Katherine, Audrey Hepburn, was a beautiful woman in her day, and, well, here she is, born in 1929.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see. Yes, she was. And the older she got, I didn't realize this guy made it this long. 1975. Who didn't, when they got off the school bus, watch Larry, Moe, and Curly, the Three Stooges? Moe would pass away in 1975 on this day. Moe Howard.
I watched them all the time.
I would bet you a wooden nickel that they didn't get the good end of the stick when it come to the reruns. I bet you, because it was I Love Lucy that finally caught on. Let me keep the rights to all of this. Odds are he was not paid for all these reruns and things that happened on that.
Probably.
I bet they didn't.
I didn't like when they replaced. Wasn't it Curly first, and then they had Shep?
Shep.
I didn't like when they replaced Curly.
Yeah, Curly was it.
I know.
Yeah.
He was. I just don't know. Never got into Shep with the parted hair.
He was the funniest one.
Yeah.
Hey, we mentioned this show the other day, and today was the last episode that aired in 1985. Maybe you look, and I cannot for the life of me remember the little sidekick guy's name. I can see him, but as a kid, I didn't pay attention to him. I was watching what's her face over here. The last episode of Mr. Attitude, William Shatner. Do you want my autograph? No. He's there's a word for him that I can't say on here. He's just rude.
Yeah.
But T.J. Hooker was on.
I like
Shemp with the brother. I thought it was Shep.
I did too. I'm going to be honest about that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. 1992. This was the #1 song across America. Maybe you'll remember it. It's about an old girl. She's sitting there. She's been dumped. She drives by the house and she sees a light on and it just tears her all apart. And it was Winona. I saw the light. There was a light switch on in his house with another woman, and she was all upset, if y'all remember that.
Your window.
Wow.
Yeah, you remember that.
We're getting old.
The 90s don't seem that far away, but trust me, they are. They keep distancing themselves from us. And the last thing that I found to talk about this morning that happened on this day was 1996. As we look at the cover of TV Guide, she's no longer with us. It's so weird how these things happen. Whitney Houston was on the cover of TV Guide in 1996 on this day. She worked out. She did have a great figure.
Yeah.
She just ended her life very sadly.
Very talented. That was just awful.
When
I found out when she'd passed away
And from what I understand, she had that voice as a child in church that no one could compare to. The lady was extremely talented.
She was a good actress. I mean, she did. A good singer.
Yep, I'm one of them that every time it comes on, the Bodyguard, I feel like I got to watch it. Like it's wrong to flip the channel.
You know, I wonder if she and Kevin Costner had like a, not just on screen, but off screen romance. I thought I'd heard they did, but I don't know.
I want you to investigate and let me know.
Yeah, okay.
She sang a great national anthem, they say.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany. I got corrected there. Katherine Hepburn was in Golden Pond. All right, appreciate the correction there. I was wrong. Mark me up today.
So were they? Were they kin? Was one the others? Were the two kin?
Ooh, I don't know.
Katherine and Audrey.
There's just something else to
Hepburn is not a
investigate.
common, name. So.
I
I don't know.
I'm going to stay away from that.
I'm going to look into that. How about that?
As we turn to something we do know, that's the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Exit 151, and they got a lot going on. More chicks than you can shake a stick at down there. If you're looking for chickens, drop in and visit them. And hey, everywhere today, pine straw, you want to call it that,
Yes.
put around your flowers. They've got that for you. Also, the sod that will make you look good after you get all your yard done there. Coming up, of course, taking care of gardens this weekend. They've got all this lined out for you. And as you go across, just pretty flowers. Go into the garden center. Check it all out. Pick out something that you like. T-shirts. Maybe you need a cool shirt. Those fishing shirts. They're great. Get a little wind in them. Hats, jeans, shoes, boots, mud boots as well. They've got that for you for pets, for your toys. A few skillets, and, well, we even get down to corn and, well, taking care of your horse and cattle, guns and ammo. Where do you find it? The Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Drop in and visit them. They'll be there at a little after 5 today. Exit 151. Visit with them. You'll be glad that you did.
Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
The Golden Apple Award, presented by MeTV, EMEPA, the Meridian Star, and our partners in education. Nominate your favorite teacher at twinstates.news.
And welcome back, Scotty Ray and Candace. What did we find out?
Katherine and Audrey Hepburn are not related.
We're not related.
Thank you.
And as you put it there with that
That's
name, you would think.
Yeah, Hepburn is just not a real common last name, and to have two people in showbiz, you'd think they might be kin, but they're not.
I was with you on that, 100%. You had me hooked.
Thank y'all, though. You always answer our questions when we get stumped on a topic.
Yeah, on Golden Pond. I remember that well there.
Yeah, Jane Fonda and Henry Fonda. And
now, Henry, he's kind of hard to beat. Boy, that voice he had, I love that.
yeah.
Just the moment you heard him speak, you knew who it was. As we mentioned, we have an issue, and this is probably going to grow in America, as a comedian was attacked on stage last night because he took a stance. If you remember, there was a big controversy about his special to where he joked about groups.
Right,
and it was the transsexual, however you want to do that. He made a joke about it, and they went wild. He was trying to be canceled, even down to his high school that was going to name the gym off of him, paused for a moment. They ended up naming the gym after him anyway. He was attacked on stage last night. Did Will Smith contribute to this? I think so.
Yeah, I think people kind of mimic, things that have, they copy it.
Copy.
Yeah. And I think when they let him pretty much, let's be honest, he got away with it.
Yes, he did.
He got away with doing that. And yeah, I think people want to be in the spotlight too and say, oh, well, he did it. I'm going to do it and become a star, some kind of way. Because some people like any attention, even if it's bad attention.
Yep.
Now, you did say they are pressing charges on this guy.
They said that he is in jail and that he, they took him to the hospital, they said, because he had to be treated because I think they might have dislocated his shoulder when they took him to the ground.
Right.
But he was pretty banged up, so they took him to the hospital and they took him to jail, and he is being, charged with assault with a deadly weapon because he had a gun. They thought it was a real gun, turned out to not be a real gun, but that it did have a knife or something in it.
Okay.
So.
He's got issues later today as they do some booking on him. Now, the next headline in America, and I caution everybody to read 3 times headlines dealing with Roe versus Wade as we dig deeper into this, as this is so wrong on so many levels. If you'll remember, when Trump was in office, constantly something was leaking. The Supreme Court has a breach of something they had written has been given to the general public. This is not acceptable. I don't care whether it's Republican, if it's Democrat, whoever did this needs to be made an example of. We've got too much of this in the United States. It cannot happen. The Supreme Court, whether you like them or not or agree with their decisions, are the supreme ruler in the nation of making our laws.
Yeah.
They're put there to do this, and then for someone to leak what their discussion behind closed doors before it's announced, is this a ploy to try to sway elections coming up? Possibly.
Well, I think that, and because of like that being leaked, they were saying the other day that it could put the Supreme Court justices in danger.
Yes.
And that it might make them feel like they might need to change their decision. And I think that's wrong. I mean, but look, I mean, we're talking about people on a side who have continuously gotten away with things like this, but I hope they do find who did it. I don't know how they'll go about doing that, but
and the next thing that I want to bring out, depending upon where you read it, where it is, I think and this is, I wouldn't have thought this because America has always been founded upon religion. As you dig into this, the nation, the best I can tell, is pretty evenly split on yes and no on this issue. I've seen other polls that showed that 80% of Americans believe that abortion should happen. I don't believe that headline.
I don't believe that either.
I do believe that it is kind of 50-50 the way the nation has gone and turned, is not as religious as we once were.
Yeah.
I don't care how you slice this. I really and truly don't look at myself as Republican or Democrat. I believe in America, wherever you are, there's right, there's wrong. I don't classify that. Now, do most of the people I vote for lean Republican? Yes. I'm worried about our nation because this is murder. And you made a good point yesterday to where in America, people put more stock into what is the word? You used animals for one thing.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I think
their causes over right and wrong and death of a child.
Yeah, I think human life needs to be respected so much more from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, which I don't think none of us are here by an accident.
No.
I know people can say, oh, I got pregnant, it was an accident, I'm going to get an abortion. Nothing's by accident. We're all, put on this earth, I believe, by God. I mean, we are here for a purpose, all of us. And I just believe that, you can say, I hear this all the time, say a woman is killed and she is pregnant, she's murdered. Well, they're charged, the person, with her death and the death of the unborn child. Yeah. What is the difference?
It's not. Now, they can candy coat it all they want.
Because somebody chose to do it, I just...
But this is a hot topic button in America today.
I realize there's different reasons or different ways that people can become pregnant. I mean, I know that there's rape. I know that's horrible. It's a horrible thing.
There's incest.
There's different things. But most of the time, a lot of the time, we know that it's used as a form of birth control. I mean, just by choice.
The bad choices that they make.
Yes. I wish that there was more counseling for people who are thinking about doing this, like people who could talk to somebody. Because a lot of times I think, and if it's a young girl or anybody really who is thinking about this, they don't know really what to do. I mean, there's times where they're torn. They don't know what to do. There's other options. There's other options out there. If you don't want to have a child or raise a child, there's so many people in this world that can't have a kid that would love to raise your child.
Now let's get back to this thing of what's really going on if this decision is reversed. As you'll see, all of them, Elizabeth Warren jumping up and down, turning red and purple on.
Yeah, they need to set her down somewhere.
What it boils down to is what it does is give each state the right to decide upon their own. It is not doing it just gives states rights if this is taken away. So don't be misled by headlines. It would give Mississippi the right to choose, as California the right to choose how they want to do it in their individual state. That's what it all gets down to. And Joe, even on television yesterday,
said a child.
You go back to 1982, though, he was in favor of this. how times change and you have to make up your own thing. But that's the headline. We want you to know what's going on in America today so you can make your choice as to what you believe. Get all the facts. Don't totally listen to us. Read. That's how you get informed of what's going on.
Yep.
Very important. Let's see here. As we look here, other things that are happening here. California, population is shrinking, folks. They're moving out. It's dropped another 100,000 people. Reckon why? Well,
I wonder.
That's just so you to know there. This
Can't
is
get out of there quick enough.
Yeah. I'm shocked on this. California, they had a group of people. Let's say you have criminals that live in your town. Let's just say there's 2 of them that you know. And they're so bad that a judge bans them from an area of town because they kept stealing so much. They've gone to court, and it's ruled that, well, they violated constitutional rights and they can't be banned from that area of town, although they know they're criminals.
Yeah.
America, get some backbone.
Yeah.
That's what I ask of you.
Right.
But that's what went on in California. A few small thoughts on that side of the town this week, of the nation. What you got?
Roy Ellis says he was given up for adoption when he was 3 days old and was raised in a wonderful family.
Oh, that's great.
I think that is, like I said, there's so many people that can't have a kid, who have tried and tried and tried and tried to have a kid, and then we have people who just do this.
And I almost misunderstood what Debbie Alexander just put. I thought she was moving to Nashville when she said that. What she means is people from California are moving to Nashville.
Yeah.
The cost of housing in Nashville now, unreal.
Is it? I haven't.
The average person is not going to be able to purchase a home much longer there. It's that high. Just saying.
The way things are rising, I'm the average person, I don't know they'd be able to purchase one
anywhere.
anywhere.
Don't be able to afford anything. For
Yeah.
Eddie White makes a point. When you leave California, leave your laws in California.
Leave your California ways
Right.
in California.
I agree with that, Eddie, 100%.
Absolutely.
Medium home is $500,000 in Nash Vegas now. Y'all think about that. Could you pay $500,000 for a home?
I don't know how people do it. Like every day, I don't know how they do it. I just don't. I don't want to be indebted to a home. You can't enjoy life. Can't do anything.
And ever since the coal plant came here, rent has been average of $1,200. Used to you could get something for $400 or $500.
Yeah.
The average now, about $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
Y'all be prepared. It's kind of scary there.
Goodness.
If you want to keep your place up, clean, all that good stuff, let's talk about Godman Cleaning Services. They do a lot for our area as they come out and they take care of, well, all kinds of buildings. They do major universities. Go over and clean those big buildings as they're taking care of Union Station there, that pink solvent there, getting it washed. As we look at this is a modest home here. Look at the roof here. They've cleaned it and it looks so much better. Get your roof cleaned and taken care of. As we come across with carports and driveways, getting rid of that old black, ugly look. They can make it look new again.
I understand they do windows on the outside of your home, too. They can clean those for you.
Chimneys, boy, that'll make your house look good. And if you've got vinyl siding, they do that also. What about your deck? That's got that old moldy look there on the beginning, and look at the difference.
Yes.
It's a simple call. All you have to do is call them at 253-8262. They'll clean your signs. They'll do it all from roofs, making your house look spectacular once again. See them. Godwin Cleaning Services, they got so much to offer, they'll make your place look so good. See them today. You'll be glad that you gave them a call.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
If you or a loved one has been in a serious car accident, call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates.
We'll come to you, work to get you the right medical care, and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates today.
The CDC trying to reinstate masks on airplanes.
No.
Just so y'all know.
No.
Goodness. Somebody that works at the CDC's
No mask. No.
Oh, that's happening there.
That is a closed-in space. I can understand people getting a little paranoid if they're, like, say you got somebody just hacking back here behind you. You know, you kind of want them to put a mask on, but I don't think everybody should have.
I'm not for this mask thing.
I don't like it either. But
Let's see here. Amazon says that they're. I don't even want to go there. That as we go, and let me just. And I'm not going to harp on this. I'm just going to quickly bring this up, and I'm going to move on. As we go back to the Roe versus Wade, Amazon, which you buy, I'm sure, a lot of stuff for and delivered at your home, says that they will reimburse staff who have to travel for the living costs if they go over 100 miles for an abortion.
I wonder what they'll do if they have cancer and they have to go over 100 miles for treatment. Will they help them out?
Probably not.
That is getting beyond political.
Yeah.
Beyond political in companies. Just so you know there.
This is crazy.
Do y'all remember Kyle Rittenhouse? Rittenhouse, did I say it correctly? Mm-hmm. Yes. He's now thinking about going to Texas A&M as he'll transfer somewhere. I think they're welcoming him there.
Probably.
Not catching the flack that they had of these others there. Oh, what happened last night is you watched headlines all across America yesterday. The rhinos, which are the Republicans only in name, and then you had the Democrat side, kept pushing that Trump's sway and stuff was not going to really affect anything. Well, it worked out for him last night in Ohio, as who he endorsed won and walked away with it.
I was trying to watch some of the outcomes of those elections.
I flipped over to Handy, caught a little bit of that.
Yeah.
That's a big move on that, of that happening, because those that within the Republican Party that don't like him were trying to downplay his strength in the party. Mm-hmm. He has shown, as of last night, that yes, what I say goes. It is his party. Whether you like Trump or not, the Republican Party right now, he leads it whether they like it or not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They need to get over it and go on about it.
I definitely feel like it's going to be a table turner come 2024.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's already starting. So.
If you're in Wyoming, get ready. They're having another mega rally out there. He's getting ready to move in and have a big one. So we'll watch that one there. Let's see what else is happening in America before we get out of here this morning here. This thing with Johnny Depp, is it ever going to end? She tried to have it thrown out yesterday that there's no grounds, and the judge said, well, I think Johnny's got some rights here. Mm-hmm. She ruined his career. They released it was going to be $22 million that he would have made off of that next Pirates of the Caribbean. She cost him dearly.
I wonder if they'll go back and reverse that and have him.
I'm worried about Disney. They are so political now.
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, it has. They really need to clean house up in the Disney thing.
It is.
I just don't think that Walt Disney would be proud of how things are going nowadays.
Did we have a birthday? Somebody named Cooper? I keep saying that. Happy birthday to Cooper Bigelow. Happy 12th birthday.
All right.
Wanted to make sure he got his birthday in on there.
Yes.
A lot of folks watching from all over. We appreciate that. Now, let's go back to the rodeo, which is coming. We got a couple of minutes here. Yes. Don't forget what time and when do we need to be there, Thomas?
May 6th and 7th. The gates open at 5:30. Rodeo starts at 7:30. Tickets are $10 for adults, $5 for kids, and kids under 5 get in free.
And you're going to be the clown?
No, I'm not going to be the clown. We have a professional clown coming. I'm comical, but not that good.
Well, this is kind of like the EMTs. When they jump out in front of them bulls, they're there for a reason.
I got two guys. Now let's don't get confused, because these guys, they will get a little offended. They're the bullfighters. Mm-hmm. The rodeo clown is the comedy act.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say our bullfighter, our comedy man. I'm not going to say he won't step out in front of one, but it would be like me. It would probably be on accident. If he got stepped out in front of one.
These bullfighters, I mean, they are brave to get out there with these bulls.
Yes, ma'am. I got two pretty doggone good ones going to be there.
Yeah,
you got to really know what you're doing. I would think they have to kind of. I don't know if you can actually get in the mind of an animal, but you got to kind of know which. What
she's asking, Tommy, is really off the record here. Is can she be in the next bull poker where you sit at the table?
Now we can bring that back if Miss Candace wants to get in.
What's the official name of that poker?
Bull poker.
Bull poker. You know what that is, don't you?
I retired a champion back in my day on that deal. And
5 people. I've seen you do it. You sit. They put you in the middle of the arena. 5 people sit at the table and they release a bull.
Yeah, they hadn't.
Last person sitting at the table wins the money.
Yep. We hadn't done that in a long time.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know if I could get 5 people to sit at the table anymore.
But seriously, I watched you back in the day do it, and I thought, Tommy has lost his mind.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
We'll leave it at a lack of judgment.
But you can be young and
young and dumb, and I've gotten older and hopefully a little smarter.
So, but that does happen across America in many arenas. The greatest show on dirt coming this weekend. Don't miss it. It will be at the Lauderdale County Ag Center. $10 for adults, $5 for children. Gates open at 5:30?
5:30. 5:30.
Let me mention one thing real quick. Somebody popped up here. Tiffany Gordon says our junior youth group will set up at Mr. Discount Collinsville selling baked goods to raise money for our kids to go to church camp this Saturday, May 7th, during Collinsville Day.
Good luck with that.
Good deal.
We want to say thank you to everybody joining us this morning. They're getting ready to turn us off. We got about 5 seconds left. So thank y'all. We'll be back in the morning beginning at Thursday. Thanks, Tommy. And
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank
Hope
y'all.
y'all have a wonderful and blessed day and stay safe. See you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: